Oh my goodness. Hello there. Master Hellish here. And welcome to an afternoon stream here on the Variety channel. I must have skipped part of my checklist because the camera wasn't set up ready to roll. But there we are. Hello. Not a lunch stream, an afternoon stream. We're going to be doing some OpenTTD Mod Dev. It's going to be good fun, I hope. Yeah? But hello, welcome everybody who's popping by. Welcome over to the Variety channel. It's called that because I do a variety of things over here. Oh, we're actually relatively close to 41k now. So, for those of you who don't know, we did some OpenTTD development, mod development on the main channel a little last year now. Everything was last year pretty much. And I started by learning how to make scripts. I started from nothing. And I think this stream is stream number... Where's the text? Come on, YouTube. You're showing me everything except the details I need to know. This is technically stream 12, right? So this is my 12th session live learning and building, right? So, have you got some Wraith today? I have got some Wraith. I can't remember where I put it. It's up here, actually. Alright, but I'm not on the Wraith yet. I've got some of the samples things. Yeah, look. There we are. And I've had 4 so far, and I've got this many left in the sample packs. And the reason is that I'm actually live later. We've got an OpenTTD main channel event, so I'll have one of them a little later on today. I'll put them back on my shelf. There we go. So I will have some Wraith, but not for this stream. It's a double stream day. So we got an afternoon stream with OpenTTD Mod Dev. Then we've got an evening stream with a main channel OpenTTD multiplayer challenge championship thing, whatever you call it. And then we've got the standard OpenTTD Season 12 on Thursday with DJ Egg and WeJub. And then on Friday, I've decided we're going to do Theme Hospital again. Now, the reason for that is that I did want to move on to doing a Settlers 2, but I've got a video about Settlers 2 probably coming out next week, so I thought it might be nice for them to both be in the same week. So I've done a little bit of shuffling around, and then we'll go back to some Command & Conquer and stuff for the trips down memory lane. But we're going to do some coding. Let's see if my buttons still work from all the Cody things. Oh, look at that. That seems to work. So what this is, right, what we got here... Right, and I'll make it bigger so that you can see a little bit more clearly, right? What we've got here is a script that's already in place, okay? This is the destruction disaster script, right? And what this script is, it's a cut down, cleaned up, and stripped down version of the proof of concept we used when we did the destruction disaster deathmatch, the big one. Right? Yeah, alright. So, I want to now turn this into a fully fledged script that's actually going to work and do something. At the minute, pretty much all it does is print out when it's doing a daily action, a monthly action, and yearly action, even though those actions don't do anything. And it also saves and loads, in theory. I haven't tested that yet. And what else does it? Oh, it handles events. Okay, so it's got all the event handling for when a company's bankrupt, when there's a merger, when there's a new company, and when a vehicle crashes. Although nothing actually happens yet. What we need to do is get the number of victims, add it to a tally of some description, save that tally, and show it in a league table. So the proof of concept used the storybook to just show the data, right? I want to use a league table, and it's going to be interesting to see whether I can do this within the space of this stream. Yes, I'm just going to check. Yeah, okay, right. Okay, that's good. So the first thing that we need to do is to be able to count the victims and then be able to just make sure that it's counting it for the company, right? So we've got a company object here, a class of company. At the minute, the company's got an ID and a number of victims. But that's not updated. So what we need to do is use the get company by ID class to return the company, and then modify the company with an increase to the number of stuff, and we'll just print that out to the debug or something like that. You following me? Because I'm not. Right, now, one of the things that I can use to help with this is I can go back and take a little bit more of a look at the original proof of concept script that this script is from. So if you have a look at in here, there's a README, and most of it's not in there, but towards the bottom, there's a credit to the dude, right? Because the dude made the proof of concept, the original script, and this is what I've pulled apart to get to where we are today. To be fair, there's probably going to be nothing left of this script by the time we finish our script, but it gets us there, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to go out to the correct folder, and in that folder is the proof of concept file. I just opened it in the wrong... Oh no, here it is. All right. So this is the proof of concept one, and in here we are probably going to be looking... I want to look to see how the get company by ID was used. So if I search for that, we can see that it's declared, it's used in here, and it's used to just say if the company already exists, then just continue, otherwise it appends it, which we might need to do, we'll see. And then I don't know what, there's a company thing here. Yeah, here we are, look. So what they're doing is we've got creating a local variable called company from the company object, right? And in theory, yeah, I mean, if we can't find the company, then it's all going to go horribly wrong. And then we use it. So we want to do that. So I want to go when... Oh no, we've already... that bit's already there. So now we want to do the other bit that's similar, like where here it says, oh, company.score, add the victims. We want to do something like that. The only difference is that we don't have a score. We're using the victims, right? Hi, friend the man, welcome. So company.victims, we're plus minus in the victims. When you plus minus, it means add on, like add on, not like make it equal to it. Like add these victims onto your existing victims. And then just before we do anything else, I want to splurge that out to the logs, right? So that we can incrementally do this. Like, I don't want to have to try and build the whole script at once, because building the whole script at once would be disastrous for me. So I want to do a little thing here to say, like, we'll just do... Oh my goodness, I don't want to do that. We'll just say like victims equals and then just like splurge it out. Victims, there we are, victims, and then I think you can just put in the number and it will work, right? So in theory now, if I throw this over to OpenTTD and crash something, we should get something in the logs that tells us this. And if that's the case, that's good. We're making progress in the right direction. Bear with me a second. There we go. Good. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got a message from the dude. Oh, it's completely separate to this. All right. It's about tonight's event. So the dude, as well as being the person who made the proof of concept that was the kind of seed for this script, is the one that's running the event tonight that we're streaming on the main channel. What's the end goal of the script, Mod? You haven't seen the previous episodes. Yeah, okay. So this is basically a new mini project. We did an event called the Destruction Disaster Deathmatch, which was basically, let's see how many people we can kill in OpenTTD. It's not the best thing to do, but it was just a bit of fun, right? I might want to log the company ID as well. Yeah, let's go for that. So I'll do that first. And we'll just use company ID as well. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just going to use the company ID that was passed in, right? So, yeah, we're basically... There was a proof of concept script written to keep track of the number of people, the number of victims in the crashes in OpenTTD. And I want to turn that into something that I can release as part of a challenge. And I want to do a challenge video about that. And so this week, I want to create the script, record and edit the challenge video, and release the challenge video, and release the script. That's kind of the goal of this week. So I've just made that one change there, right, to add the victims to the company and do this. Now, we might get errors, we might not. We'll have to see, right? So I've got a little script that I run that pulls the code from here into OpenTTD, and then I should be able to just go to OpenTTD. Now, this is OpenTTD, but I was just doing some testing of something. So let's do, let's go to game, no, wait, new game, not AI settings, game script settings. The destruction disaster script's already loaded. Good. It hasn't got any parameters. So if I generate that, let's see, do we get any errors? No. Downgrading API to be compatible with 1.5. Okay, I might need to check that. So you can see that it did the daily, monthly, and yearly loop at the very beginning. Might want to change that so it doesn't. But there we go. Off and rolling. So now we have to cause a crash for, in theory, it to show up. And I think the easiest way to do that is just to have... let's unpause. It's just to have a couple of trains, right? So, new vehicles, train, send them both on the way, and tell the other one to ignore the signals. Hang on a minute. Tell the other one to ignore signals. There we go, right? And if I pause, everything worked perfectly fine, which is quite strange for these script sessions that I run. Yes. Might not be the best thing, but is it the worst? Well, there is that, isn't there, eh? So you can see here that we've got a company ID of 0, victims of 2, company ID of 0, victims 4, right? And that's because the way that the game counts crashes is different to the way that the notifications work. So the notification goes, oh, there's been some crashes. These two crashed. There's a thing, right? There's the news notification. But if you look over here, you can see that there was 2 instances of a crash with 2 victims in each crash. And that's because it counts each vehicle as a separate event, right? So this is an event and this is an event. But we don't care. That's fine. As long as we get the right number of victims, doesn't matter. Okay? So now, what I want to do is see if the saving and loading works, right? Now, let's go save. Let's do this as... This is the Destruction Disaster Challenge test script test. There we go. We'll save that, right? Then we'll abandon it. We will load the game. And we'll see if there's been anything in here. Right, so it says loading data, which means the load script ran. And it's starting the loops. Which is correct, right? But what we want to do now is add another vehicle to the total. And see if that makes a difference. It did, and it made the correct difference. Okay, so you can see here, in this case, there was 1 event. And the reason why there was 1 event is because I crashed 1 vehicle, 1 train, into an existing disaster, and the total went up by 2 again. So not only is it correctly counting the victims, but saving and loading seems to be working perfectly fine. Now, bear in mind, this could all completely fall to pieces when we do multiplayer. Right? And also bear in mind, the reason why I'm doing this now, the reason why I'm doing this at the beginning of 2026, is It's because the game didn't support this before. Version 15 dropped not long ago, and we needed some things in version 15 to do it properly. When we did the Disaster Destruction Deathmatch recording, we were using preview versions of the game. Now it's actually in the game, we can do this. And I can challenge other people to do it too. Let's go back to the code then. So this all works fine in terms of logging it to the company information and giving us a little log there, right? So what we need to do now is figure out how to create a league table and then put this information in the league table. Okay, so luckily for me, we've already done a league table script previously. We did Cargo Tracker. And in Cargo Tracker, it may not be the best script in the universe, but we did a league table, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the Cargo Tracker script and look for league table related things and insert them into the Destruction Disaster script. Why does that still say crash victim counter there? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. This one, right? Okay. So the first thing I notice is that we've got an init function, and in there we're creating the league table, right? So let's just take that. We've got some sort of init function. Doesn't do much. I think it appends some company records. Yeah, it does. But let's create the league table, right? Let's put that there. We're creating the league table. I'm going to add more kind of what do you call it? Comments and stuff to this later. I just want to get it functional, right? But this here uses some GS text, and it gives you a table title and cargo track and that sort of thing, right? For some of the things in the league table, and we don't want that. We don't want this one, right? We don't want that one at all, but we do want a title. So in the cargo tracker one, in the language files, there's a table title, right? So we want to borrow that and put that in the language files of the Destruction Disaster to have a table title as well. Right. Now the table title isn't cargo delivery table. It's the crash victims table. Right. There we go. Oh, please combine those two ifs. Not yet. Right. We'll refactor stuff later, maybe. Right. Like I said, I want to get it working, each part. I don't want to change too much. And then we go. Right. So, yes. Also, yeah. So if you look here, we've got if the game was loaded, do this. If the game was loaded, also do this. Right. So what we want to potentially do is just do stuff if game's loaded. Potentially, they could be in separate functions as well. But for now, I just want to create the table. Okay. Now, there's a few things that you do. The cargo tracker needs updating, actually. Because renaming companies didn't exist before version 15, and it does now. So that's something we'll have to handle later. And then we've got company new, and you can see here that we've got league table element IDs. And then we are adding a new element to that and going through that, right? So now I need to decide, am I going to store the league table element in the company information, or do I store it in the in a league table space? In this one, it's stored in the league table information. I suppose I could create a league table object. That potentially could be better. But if we look towards the top here, there's the league table data, the table ID, and the actual elements within it. So if we start with that, then potentially we could improve that in the future. So there's all the date stuff. There's whether the game was loaded, and there's the league table, right? We'll have that in there. So that gives us the ability to create the league table, and to add, we need to add a where's it gone? Here we go. We need to add something to it if there is a new company created. So there is also a Hi, Kevin DeB. You forgot the time? Oh dear, oh dear. So there's for some reason there is a list of company names, and I'm not sure why. We'll probably find out quite soon. We'll probably need it, right? But this particular call here to create the element in the league table, we're definitely going to need that if there is a new company, right? So we'll put that in here, and we'll just leave some gaps around it for now. All right. So we know which table we're doing. It gets a rating and all that sort of thing. There's a link and all that sort of thing. Score is 0 to begin with when it gets created. Good. Okay, now there's a question button there which we can ignore. Company goes bankrupt. It looks like, yeah, look, delete this league element table, yeah. Let's take them out the league table if a company gets deleted. So is that deleted or bankrupt? That's bankrupt, okay. There we go. So we delete the company if they go bankrupt. Yes. Doing actual work before building a third snowman. You know, I looked in the garden today and I saw my daughter had built a little tiny snow mound and put some arms on it. There wasn't very much snow in our garden today. Company merger. I don't really know what to do with the company merger, so we'll come back to that later. We're going to leave the company merger. Okay. Now, in the cargo tracker, every month we check stuff and then we do things. We're not doing that right now. What we want to do is update the score. Update the league table, right? So this is going to be all quite different to what we want to do, but we're going to update the league table when the vehicle's crashed. Don't you want to keep the bankruptcy as a legacy? Maybe. Maybe they might actually get a high score. We will see. We will see about that. But for now, we're just taking it out. We can always remove that later. Right, so here, it's doing some calculations which we don't care about, right? And then there's, it updates the element here. Right, so instead of updating all of this, we don't care about that. It gets the element using the company ID, which is fine. Then it's updating whatever that is, which I'm not sure because I'm not familiar with this function, to be honest. But it's the cargo amount, right? Which we can just do. Where's it gone? Company.victims, right? Company.victims. Company.victims. Yes. With the demerger, you mean where you get the company merger, you buy them out. Yeah, you get the existing tracks and stuff. So in theory now, that should also update the league table with the score. So I think we've pretty much got everything. The only thing I'm worried about is that we're not saving the company name anywhere where it might need to be used. But we'll come back to that. Let's give this a test. Okay. So in theory now, if we just jump into OpenTTD and we just restart, we get a... Oh, good. We get an error. Okay. Company ID doesn't exist. Great. Where's that? 121. There you are. Look, I'll show you the error. Because it popped up immediately. I didn't even have time to change scene. It was just like, no, you've got an error. So, line 121. Here. So, it's trying to add... Hang on a minute, let's go back to that. In the index, company ID doesn't exist. Oh, it's CID, I think. In this. Oh, I don't like it being CID. No, I want it to be company ID. There we go. Right, let's try that then. So that's just the old stuff and the new stuff not playing ball with each other. Right then. let's restart the game. Company name doesn't exist. Now, this is the bit that I was actually worried about. And that is on line 121. Okay, let's go back to the code. Yeah, look, company name. Right, so we don't have the company name here. We can save the company name in the company. We'd have to get the name in the first place. Okay. Let's do that then. Right. So in here in the constructor, we're going to say this dot name. So that's the name of the company, right? Name of the company we're going to initialize as nothing. Nope, not 22. There we go. And I think I have to do it like this. I'm not completely familiar with that syntax, but there we go. Okay, so now the name, it can be stored within the company. And we want to use that name. So as soon as we create a new company here, this company name, we need to know what their name is. Now, in the cargo tracker, when we're getting this company name, we're using get name from the company ID thing, right? So let's jump in here and do that, right? But in addition, let's also update the company name. So down here, we get the company by ID. After we've appended it, and we set the name. Okay. Yeah. Company.name. So that way we're saving the name in the company, and then we can just use company.name. And we could probably use company.id as well. It's probably a good idea. Also, if I type it correctly, that's a good idea. There we go. So as soon as we create the company, we're going to use the company ID there. That should work, I think. And obviously, when we have a function for when the company is renamed, we can update that as well. Right, let's pull those scripts over. Jump into OpenTTD and give it a go. So this time, do we still get... oh yeah, company ID doesn't exist. What? Where? 120? Did I get a typo or something? Hang on a second. There. That is correct. It wants to be company underscore ID. Yeah, just pulling different bits of code from different places to kind of put the jigsaw together, and they don't all fit just right. You have to modify bits. So there we go. Right, no immediate pop-up errors. The loop started. Everything appears to be fine. And we'll check the league table in a second because I need a quick break. So I'll see you in 2 minutes.
So we allowed 4,000 road vehicles total across the entire server, or
Nope.
4,000 road vehicles each?
We're going to break this server if possible.
Oh, let's do it.
It's a dedicated machine, so it might be able to handle it.
I'm a dedicated machine.
It's quite difficult. Right, tunnel. Yeah, a tunnel there brings us out right in front of that piece. Tunnel under the oil wells. Oh, it's fine. Shh. Shh. Magic. No, it doesn't work because then we hit this one. I'd have to tunnel again. Oh my goodness, everything's on fire right now. The fire is spreading. There's 3 fire engines, 4, 5. There's been a crash. Hopefully they can contain the blaze. I don't know how many fire... Oh, they're all over the place. You know what? The response times was quite good. Slowing down now. Looks like we're slowing down about right. 2 meters per second we're coming down at. And we have landed? Are we going to fall over? We're going to fall over. Are we counting that as a landing? Max power! Right, now to get those guys in, how are we going to do that?
Wait, that was like 1,000 food trains.
Yeah, there's food trains which are just going to... Right, okay, we're back. I forgot my dev hat. I need to put the dev hat on. I can't wear the dev hat. There we go. My dev hat. Now I can definitely do development. Now I'm wearing my dev hat. Can you briefly show and explain how you get from console debug to in-game UI text element? Okay, well that's essentially exactly what we're doing now, right? So we've got this console debug stuff, right? But up here now you can see we've got this broken league table, and if we open the broken league table, you can see we've got an unnamed company listed in the league table. Now, why is that broken? Is that just... What? What? What's that about? Why is that just black? Can you guys see that? What's going on here? Huh? What's going on there? Right, well, I don't know. We'll jump back into the code and see if we can figure that out. So up here in the init, this is where the league table is created, and there's league table new, and we've got some bits here, but I don't know what they are off the top of my head. So let's jump over to the code, and we're looking for league table, and there's the new league table function, and the new league table function is title, header, footer. So I don't think it's anything to do with my header or footer. I wonder if there's a bug in version 15 of custom company league tables, maybe? I don't know. Oh well, never mind. Let's worry about that later. So what we want to do now is have a crash and see if this updates, right? It should do. So let's get a vehicle. We'll get a couple of vehicles. And we'll put the league table on the screen. We'll pin it. We'll start that one. We'll start that one. And we... Well, it wasn't just the vehicles that crashed. My script crashed. Let's find out what's going on with that. Right. Your script made an index company ID does not exist. I think I know where that is. Let's have a look. So down here, it's trying to do this company ID thing in the update element, but we don't actually have that. We've got this company ID, which I don't like. I like it to be company underscore ID. I could be wrong, but you know. There we go. Right. I've unified the company ID-ness. And also really, like, from this point onwards, after we create this company, we should use the company object ID rather than the one that we got, because if there's any problems with that... Yeah, okay. Right, I think I fixed that. So, back over to the game. Restart. Let's get some stuff going. Is that still broken? Yeah, that's still broken. Right, new vehicles. Train. Go, ignore order, go. Right, they've crashed, and this time we didn't get a pop-up. Now, the unnamed company has got 4. So the score is working in the league table. I might need one of you guys to jump into a multiplayer game to test multiple companies. Hang on a minute, where's my face? There we go. That's better. So that seems to be working. But I want to name the company. So if I go to the company and do a company name, yeah, managing transport or whatever, then this doesn't change. And it won't change, I don't think. But let's try fixing that company name now. So in the in Cargo Tracker, we noted that there is going to be a company renamed function. So we're going to grab that and borrow it. And we're going to put it just before the crash event. Right? We're going to uncomment it. Yep, there we go. Uncomment it. And what it does is that, in theory, it gets the company name and updates the element. Where's it getting this ID from? Nope. So, I think what we need is to get the new event and then get the company name from the event. In fact, there's just no event, is there? There we go. I think that might do it. Evening. Binging YouTube. Hooked back on the favourite childhood game. That's good, that is. That is good. If you're going to get hooked on anything, that's what you want, right? So we need a particular element, I think. Well, we don't need to update the company names. Not yet. How do we know which element it is? Oh, we use a company ID to get it. That's fine. There we go. So in theory, I think this will work. Let's see if we get any errors. We've had a few minor errors, nothing too major yet. So let's restart. We've got to restart the game. There's the league table. It's got unnamed company in it. But if we go in here and set the company name to Dave, hey, we get an error. Right, get company ID doesn't exist apparently. Oh. So we did get company ID from the event, and apparently that doesn't exist. So let's go to the company renamed event in the documentation and see what we can figure out about what's available to us, because I assumed that I'd be able to get that. So events, and then there's the company renamed event. Let's go back. Company renamed. There it is. Okay, so there is get company ID apparently, and then get new name. Well, I did that. Hang on, let's check the error. Get company ID does not exist. Line 136. Huh. I mean, it should do. For the GS event company. Huh, what? Have I missed some sort of typo or something? Yeah, there's a get company ID object. It's a public function from that. Do I have to convert it first? Let me have a look. No, I am converting the event into whatever that is. Huh. Oh, I'm using the wrong convert. That's event company new, not event company renamed. Oh, right, okay. So it is... Yeah, right, there we go. GS event, company renamed. That's why the function wasn't found, because it's the wrong event type. Is it due to the game downgrading the script to the old API? It shouldn't be downgrading. I think that error message is just erroneous. We'll find out in a second. Go back to the game. So, rename the company. Yeah, that works fine now. Okay. What we didn't do is actually save it to the company object. So, let's go back to the code. So, we need to get the company, right? Same as this. So, instead of getting the company name there, we're going to fetch the company object using the company ID, and then from the... Oh no, we do get the new name. Yes. So just before we update the data, we're going to go company dot name equals new company name. I don't know why we're storing the company name. To be honest, why are we storing the company name? I'm not sure if it's actually used. Because we've got the event now. Oh well, never mind. So I think that's working. And it should get saved. Have we got it in the save and load? No. No, because here we've got to go through and do the company name in the save function. And then we're going through the companies. We need another element for that. I think that's okay. So I think this should just work now. I can't think of any reason why it might not. Obviously, we're not doing anything on these game loots. It's all event driven, right? But we can just comment them out or whatever. So, shall I set a server up? Anybody want to join in and see if we can crash some stuff? Are you on YouTube? Yep. Yep, primarily stream on YouTube. Although I'm on the variety channel today, so if you have a look at my, go to my link tree or my channel page and stuff, and you have a look, it's not the main channel, it's the variety channel, it's my second channel. So if anybody wants to jump in and see if you can break my script, we're going to set up a multiplayer game. So once I've started the server up... That's why you can't find it. Yep. Second channel. Mod dev streams are on the second channel. If you follow the link in the event in Discord, it should be fine. No, I want to start a server. Master Hellish test server. The password is going to be script. There we go. New game. Oh, hang on a minute. Number of companies, yeah. Number of clients. Game script selected. 15. Yes, right. So because I want to build quite a few different things. Now, whoop, no, wrong button. There we are. Server's up. So because I want to build a few different things, I'm going to just pop a couple of airports down. I'm going to one there and... ooh. Yeah, that's a good place. We'll put one there. That's a long distance, though, for an airport to go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This will do. There we are. I built 3 airports, no aircraft, and it's all gone wrong. I want to... Alright, okay, so the league table's there. We can pin that. Fed with transport. So that's something. When you place your first station, right, it goes from unnamed to the name of the town transport. Ominous Potatoes joined. Did they create... Oh, so look, there we go. We saw it in real time. So the server said that Ominous Potato joined the server. Then it said that they created a new company, and there's the company in the league table. And then we've got to save the game and come back and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, company name. No, Master Hellish. It's going to be called Hellish Inc. And then I need to not click cancel. Because that's kind of important. There you go. Hellish Inc. That's updated lovely. Let's get an aircraft going. Now this aircraft could crash at any point, which would give us bonus stuff. Right. What's the coverage? Yeah, coverage is average. And I want more than one of this. We're going to get a few of them going. So I will clone that aircraft. There we are. How many have we got? 2. Fine. 2 aircraft. Then I've at least got some income, right? Now, let's get some scores on that counter. I think the cheapest way to get a score going is just put a bus in a busy town, right? And then we'll blow it up. Full load here. Go. Yes, 15. Yes. So we're loading up with passengers. And then what we'll do is we'll send it off to the Crushinator. We'll use a new feature of version 15. We'll put a waypoint in. So where's the waypoint? There you are. We'll have a waypoint there. And we'll tell this to go to the waypoint. And then I'll get a train ready. And I'll try and smash it at just the right moment. Oh, we can't afford it. We can't afford anything. Let's get a loan. Ah, missed it. Oh, I missed it again. You know what would be... I just realised it's going to go around there and full load again. What we want is the vehicle just to start moving, and then as soon as it starts moving... Oh, the train's too slow. Oh, I know what we need to do. You just stop it on the railway. Oh, somebody's joining. There we go. Right, now. Go! Kablamo! 17. And the table's working as well. Because for a second, I was in second place. And now I'm in first place. Oh, it's behind my face. Well, you'll see it in a second. There we go. And then we can just like clone this vehicle and do it again. I think as a minimum viable product, I think we're done. I think when a company goes bankrupt, their score should probably save. Should their score stay in the table? No, the score needs to come out the table, I think, because... Oh, hang on. Stop the vehicle. There we go. There we go. Oh, driver dies there. Kevin DeBee's got, like, nothing. What, did they not full load? Oh no, I thought they full loaded. Oh yeah, that one's full loaded. Right, need to get this train to go to the depot. And this is like the worst, slowest way we could possibly do this. But maybe... Oh! Oh no. I was trying to stop the vehicle. There we go. 4. Oh, and we got the other one on the way back. There you are, 29. It's not too bad. The question now is, like, obviously in the debug screen, we don't need all of this stuff. Alright, I think this could probably just go away. But do we want any news notifications? And do we want to track, like, who's winning and stuff? And is there an easy way of doing... Oh my goodness. There's like a proper little wood route going in here. I am a little bit worried about why that's blanked out. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something I'm missing in the new version. Let's have a look at the league table stuff again. So when we're creating a league table, it is the title of the league table, optional header and optional footer. That should be fine, I think. That should be fine. How's the league table looking now? Oh, come on, Kevin, you're falling behind. What's going on over here then? Oh, so we got a bunch of buses. And that appears to be it. How much am my aircraft making? So far about 9 grand this year. Just about offsets all the buses that I've blown up. There's an airport here. There's a waypoint for some reason. Oh, we got loads of road vehicles coming in. What are they going to be doing? Oh, they might be going down here, look. Trying to use the wood trains to smash them there. Oh, flooding. Flooding's happening. 13 missing. So there we go. The table automatically organizes itself as well, which is nice. It's a bit wide, though, the table, isn't it? I wonder if there's any way we can make it, like... It's like... There's no... You can't resize it. Which is a bit of a shame. Okay. So what about, like, tidying up the code? So if we look at the code... This loop thing here is completely unnecessary. As at the moment, as is actually using the whole process. Do we want? You think it go bankrupt? All right, okay. At the minute for company merger, we just remove the old company. I think that's probably the right thing to do. What happens in the crash victim counter when the old company goes in? Okay. Company removed by ID. Okay, so there's a remove company function, right? Is there? It's when it's bankrupt and there's a... so when there's a merger, you remove the old company. Would we want to add the score of the old company to the new company? Ooh, that would be interesting. I would say probably not. Like, you get their infrastructure and stuff, but you don't get their previous score. There we go. Removed by ID. And it gets the list. And removes... that. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing this for an if? Why is it going through every single company and then saying, hey, if... Right? You think yes. I don't think they should get their score. I think that's too generous. I think that's way too generous. Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of vehicles in there. I don't think I'm going to be first place very soon. Why is it not doing... Why is it doing this company's remove? Oh, no. Let's go back to what Kevin's doing. You've got several in there. Just filling them up from a couple of towns. You definitely can't modify a collection while you're iterating it. Don't have the money. You need $500. Can't you take a loan out? I can't give you money while I've got a loan. So I'll. There we go. There's a few more. I think Kevin's going to go bankrupt by the looks of it. Yeah. Let's go back to the code a second then. Let's have a look. So surely we just remove it and then that's the end of it. Oh, I heard something then. Oh, can I remove the land? Yeah, I can remove the land. There we go. 19 missing, 32 missing, 21 missing, 2 missing, 9 missing, 31 missing, 2 missing, 25 missing. 154 on the scoreboard. Can you both change your company name, please? Right. Let me just check in here. So at the beginning of the script, we... Oh, right. So it's just adding all the companies to the list of companies if it is actually a company and not invalid, right? So it's not necessarily got all 16 in. Right. I'll just remove it then. I don't see how that wouldn't be a problem. So you delete the lead company element and also remove the company from the list of companies. And that's it. No, something's not right there. Oh, there's another explosion. SimCity sandwich. Yeah, renaming is everything is fine. I think we need somebody to go bankrupt. Or somebody to buy somebody else out. And I can't buy... you can't buy non... Yeah, somebody needs to go bankrupt. But to test that properly, we'd have to restart the game. Where's this company ID coming from? There is no company ID. My goodness. All I'm hearing now... Oh, there we go. Transport... Oh, there's another company joined. Another company started. Oh my goodness. It's getting a bit crazy. Hang on a second. Let me just check something. Oh well. Yeah, let's have a look in the victim counter. So, in the victim counter, when there was a company merger, it just used get company older. Ah, right. I think this is not right. I think this is wrong. Because, like, why would you do this to get that? That doesn't make sense. What you want is local old company ID, and that to be Oh, hang on a minute. This company removed by ID. It's calling the function and passing the ID. Oh, of course it is. Oh, right. I get it. I misread it. Okay. Have we got that function? Yes, we have. Right. I'm going to take that out. It might cause a problem, but I don't see the need for it. Alright. So what we're going to do is going to get the old company ID. And then we're going to use the old company ID to remove it. And that's it. And then here you've got... That's the bankrupt company. So we want to get the company ID from that. Then use that company ID to remove them from the leak table. Right, so there's 2 instances where they could get them removed. What's this? Okay, so company is bankrupt, company merged, company new, company renamed. Vehicle crashed. There we go. I think that should work. Right, the only problem is we're going to have to restart the server now to restart the script to find out. And oh. Yeah, fine, we'll take over the company. So that's not going to necessarily... Ah, we didn't... Did we remove them from the league table? I don't remember, actually. Let's have a look in the code. League table element ID, delete this. Yes. Okay, so it should remove them from the league table. So we just need to start the server again, and for somebody to go bankrupt. Yeah, I just bought your company. I did. I just bought your company. Can't remember what the password is. Password is script. It won't be removed because we have to restart the server for the new script code to take effect. Right? So I can now start a company. And that's weird, it remembered my name. And then I can make a load of things that are going to cost money to run but then not do anything about it. Right. And then spend all my cash, drive the company into the ground. So start that train. Damien, welcome to the stream. Too much going on here. There we go. New vehicle. Right. So I spent a lot of money. These trains are costing me money. The other way I can do it is with aircraft as well. I think aircraft, their running costs are quite high, so let's get a... Oh, that's another thing as well. I can get a massive loan out, because then the interest will be loads. There we are. Oh, they won't exit the depot unless they've got orders. Ugh. I wish I'd done shared orders now. Always do shared orders. Okay. I can't fast forward either. Right, has this one got orders? Yes, okay. Right, nearly all the airports are up. I'll close the airport. Airports? Aircraft. Do you want to get Kevin to be in, like, voice chat or something? If you guys want to come into voice chat, come into room 1. There we go. And now, now I need to spend the rest of my money, so I will just do some land alteration until my money's all gone. And my operating profit should just dive. There we go. My operating profit isn't... Oh, it is the worst. It's by far the worst. You know what I could also do? Oh, I can't get rid of the depot. I haven't got enough money. Alright, let's check the league table. Do we want to call it the crash victims table? I'm not sure. So in theory, when my company goes under, it should get removed from the list. And everything should like happen without crashing. And I mean crashing of scripts. We definitely don't need these loops. I'm going to comment them out in the code though. I'm not going to remove them. Because if I add a feature later, casualty list. If I add a feature later and I'm like, oh, you know what? It would be really good to be able to do stuff like check this, that, and the other. Yeah. I'm just gonna comment it. So here we're checking for events, we're sleeping, we're checking for events and sleeping. Which means we don't have the year loop, we don't have the function. We just have the get company by ID. Which maybe we could actually get rid of. God, this script gets a lot simpler when you just like boil it down like this. Casualty list. See, in the game they call them victims, right? Which is where that comes from. We don't need this text anymore. This was just me when I was learning, like trying to remember what all the different arguments in the function was. We also don't need this debug anymore. Again, I'm going to comment it out for now, but I'll probably delete it. And then these, we don't need these anymore. Right, get company by ID. For each company's... Hang on a minute. For each company in this company's, if ID equals company.id, return the company. Why is it being done like that? Body count table. This is squirrel, this language. Right. There we are. Transport company is in trouble. Which one's my company? Oh, Drinning Pool Falls Transport. Hellish Transport. Inc. Yeah, it works. Inf. Aircraft are landing now for like fuel and stuff. Operating profits looking brilliant for me. Here we are, look. It's diving. I think that's, yeah. Really, what you could have done, though, is had a look to see what vehicle running costs are like for some of the vehicles and try and find the one with the highest running costs compared to its purchase costs and buy as many as possible. I wonder what the fastest way to bankrupt your company is. There's an interesting thought, eh? Oh, there we are. 237 dead. Good work. Of course, the news notifications keep flooding in, just like the floods. Yeah, this code here is interesting. Like, why are we not just returning the company from the list of companies? Can we not do that in Squirrel? I don't really want to have to keep doing it and changing the code at this point. Because essentially the script is working. We haven't tried saving or loading yet, though, so we will try that. So my company will go in to we'll get sold off, and then I'll save the game. We'll try and load the server again and see if it works. Cheap vehicles, high running costs, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kevin DeBee's in spectators now. How long will it take me for my company to just completely go? There's some significant flooding going on here. Before my company goes under, I should probably one of my airplanes might crash. I don't know. But I haven't got any money to lay a piece of track to make my trains crash into each other. Yeah. Must be going to be kicked sometime soon. Minus 20 grand. It's not great. I just noticed that the other 3 companies are all in second place. Which I guess that's correct. Early stream? Yeah, so we're just doing some mod dev in OpenTTD. We're just getting a script working, ready for a video that I'm going to be doing this week. We're doing a evening stream tonight on the main channel. So we've got OpenTTD on the main channel tonight. And it sounds like we're going to be using version 15 for that as well. Yeah. I need my company to go bankrupt so we can verify that this code still works. But as long as it still works, then I will release this code and the script. And then what I'll probably do is I'll look at adding new features to it in the future, right? Yeah, version 15 for tonight. So, things like changes of leadership on the leaderboard and things like that, I would probably add that sort of feature. And again, that would be event driven, so we don't need the day, the day, month, and year stuff. Oh. There we are. I'm bankrupt. So, the question now is, why am I still on the table? Should have been removed, I think. Let me go back and have a look at the code. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have saved it just before. Oh, no. Yeah, I should have saved it just before. Do we have any saves? Load, autosave. Autosave was not from this game, by the looks of it. Yeah. Should have just saved it right before I went bankrupt. Never mind. Maybe we can get some other companies. Oh, no, because I'm going to have to redo the code, aren't I? Whoa, let's have a look then. So, it should be delete this element by the company ID. And this is the dead company from the company bankrupt. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Deleting the element from the list of elements I don't think that actually removes the element. Documentation. Right. Where are we? League table. Is valid league table. New element. New league table. New element. Update element. Remove element. That's what I was missing. So what we want to do is the league table remove element. Where's the... So we go this league table. You guys can't see, can you? There we go. Dot remove element, right? No, that's the ID. No. No. It's coming back to me. I'm remembering. Right. Game script, league table. Dot remove element. There we go. And in the remove element, it is the league table element ID. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, maybe... Okay, let's have a look. Where do we add a new element? Oh, wait. So we just want the element ID. Well, the element ID, I think, is the company ID. Because we use it for both. So we remove them from the league table. We delete the company element. And then remove the company. And then that just kind of wipes them off the face of the planet. So, old company ID, remove them from the league table, remove them from the list of companies, delete the league table element from the array of elements. There we go. I think I fixed it. Does mean that I'm going to have to restart the server again, though. Let's see. Right, I saved that, didn't I? Save it. Make sure it gets sent to OpenTTD. We go to OpenTTD. Right, we're going to have to do it again. Multiplayer, start server, new game. There we go. So let's have a look at the vehicles and the running costs. So running costs on that. Oh, hang on. Oh. Last month doesn't exist. Main 203. I broke it. 203. Saving to... Oh, right. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do last month and next month on the code anymore. Okay, Kevin B's got to get going. Okay. Got to pick him up from due to snow? That's fine. Right, there we go. Right, abandon. Multiplayer, start, new, generate. Yep, see you tonight, Kevin. Have a good one. Right. No errors now, thank goodness. And the saving worked there. So now, if we have a look at the available vehicles, Running costs 820. Well, oh, cool. That's very high running costs. But that one costs half as much to buy. Running costs are quite high, though. Okay, what about the aircraft? So running costs there are a tiny bit more, but they cost a lot more to purchase. Okay, what about like if I just got a load of road vehicles then? Because the running costs for them, they're not very much, but they cost even less to purchase. It's about the same, actually. Okay. So just a whole bunch of expensive trains then, I guess. Nah, we'll do road vehicles because it's easier. Because trains I have to like build loads of stuff. So we'll just take out the maximum loan. Get as many... Oh, are there some of these that cost more to run than others? No, they all cost the same to run. Okay. Managed to get 19, I think. Right. Do a nice big long piece of road for them to get lost on. There we go. We're practicing the start of the game over and over again. Here we go. Now the depot's gone as well. Oh, what? I've got loads of money? What? I need more vehicles. I don't know where I got all that money from. Here we go. Job's a good one. Hopefully I get removed from the league table without errors now. Downgrading API to be compatible with 1.5. Well, what version did I put it as? It says 1.5. So I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, operating profit's quite low. So I've thought about it, and I think I'm going to get rid of everything I've commented out because I can do other stuff, right? So we'll get rid of all that. Our only function that we've got listed there is that one. That's fine. These two... I mean, another thing as well is that we're saving name in the company name, but we're not using it. If we're not using it, we shouldn't have it. So we'll take it out of there. We'll take it out of here. There we go. Keep things nice and neat. Never make it more complex than it actually needs to be. Right. I'll leave that note of updating the league table in there. I don't see why not. I could always add more later. This is definitely going to be like a version like 1. Create league table. Can't create company objects. Yeah, it would be nice actually to have a table object, but then we'd have to save that each time maybe. Do we want to save the table or we just rebuild it each time? I think we rebuild it. Yeah. Okay. Should be quite a straightforward script. Shouldn't be too complicated. Let's have a look in here. So the version 1 is actually going to be this year. Hang on, what date format was that? I think that's, yeah, year, month, day, right? So January the 5th. Version 1. And then what I'll do is after the stream, I'll update the README and get it ready to be launched. But just to check that going bankrupt works, we need to wait for that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, because the company's not doing great. Yeah, I can't even delete the depot. Oh, there we go. Transport company in trouble. And I think what happens now... Oops, sorry. Bash the microphone. I think what happens now is I have to wait like 3 months in a row. I can't remember what the lose condition is for that. So yeah. Let's see how it goes. Crash Victim Counter was the original name of this script before it had a proper name. There we go. Place the destruction folder. There we go in the game. Let's get the correct name. Once in game, just play. That's it. Like, you don't view the output. Oh, we're gonna have to save something to look at the league table. There we go. Now, I have no idea why this league table is just blank. Like that. No idea at all. Probably ought to be having a look at that, actually. So what we want to see is the red company get taken off the league table. Right? And therefore to be like no debug errors or anything like that. Okay. I thought that would be it. I thought that would be it there. The graph is going down, but it's not going off the edge actually. Ooh, apparently my order's been dispatched. Cool. What we got here? Oh yeah, that's fine. And then yeah, so what I'll do is that, like I said, I'll finish the README. I might add a few more comments to the code, and I'll get it published, because then I can use this script in a challenge, and I can record the challenge, make that into a video. Ideally, I want to release it on Wednesday if everything goes to plan. But we'll see. I think we might have to wait till like 3 months after the end of the year. Not sure. I think it depends on how long you've been in the red for. Yeah, crash victims table. Too many crashes. Or not enough crashes in this particular one. What's Parfingford Transport actually doing? Legitimate railway lines. Just making money, I think. Yeah. They are going across my bus route, though, so they could potentially actually get me a score of a driver death. Because it's not the person who does the killing, per se. It's the person who has the death. So if a train hits a bus, if somebody else's train hits my bus, I'm the one that gets the score for it. There we go. Look, going to a steel mill. Looks like it's got an option to go to the town as well as the steel mill. Looks like there might be some sort of overflow thing going on there. But it doesn't actually go anywhere else by the looks of it either, so... Come on, end of year. Get my company gone. Buy as many terrible vehicles as you can. 27. I wish I could... I wonder what would happen. I think in single player you don't go bankrupt. Right. There we go. Right. Okay, so now I think... Now it's the end of the year. I think we only have to wait 3 months. And then we'll know whether it worked. So whilst it's doing that, I might have a look at... I don't know what I'll have a look at, actually. No idea. There is one of the script that needs updating, and I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be the cargo tracker, because of the name thing, right? What's the other script that I've got? Boomtown or Bust. Boomtown doesn't actually keep track of any scores. So it doesn't actually matter about that new feature. There is a new feature in version 15, though, that could affect Boomtown or Bust, and that's the ability to tell if a tile has a house on it. That would clean up some code, but I don't think it would make that much of a significant difference. No. There we go. Bankrupt, and I got removed from the table, and there's no crashes. So, just as expected... There's the table now with just one company on it. No errors. All good. Fantastic. There we go. Well, like I said, I'm going to call that done. That's version 1. If we want any extra features, they'll be in future versions. So if you want to see more of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to the Variety channel. And the other videos and live streams in this series aren't on this channel yet, but I will be moving them over here and we'll be making a playlist. That's an item that's on my to-do list for when I need something to do one day. It's as if I don't have enough. Yes. Maybe save it just before this time. I didn't. I was also wrong about when it bankrupted me. It bankrupted me, I think, at the end of January. So, not sure what that was all about. But that will do for now. I've done enough testing to know that this works. Apart from this black line here, which I have no idea what that's all about. If I can replicate that in various different ways, then I'll probably have to report it as a bug, maybe. But I need to double check my code to make sure it's not something I've done. But there we go. Well, thank you very much, everybody. That's going to be all for just now. But I will be back on the main channel with some more OpenTTD for the City Mania event. Okay, later on today. Now, just a note, that is at 7, not half 7, so watch out for that time change. And I'll see you there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and for now, goodbye.